Who's the first person that when you've written a song or you're finished with a song, who's the first person you send it to?
Definitely my dad, honestly.
Is
He does
it
a lot of it.
okay.
Yeah. And then I send it to a bunch of my friends who like aren't in music because I feel like they always have a unique like perspective on it.
Yeah.
Then I send it to my sister and she's my harshest critic. She's like, girl, this ain't it. Try again. I love it.
What's up, friends? It's Emily Curl. We're here at our iHeartRadio studios in New York City, and today we have UPSAHL joining us. Can we give it up for UPSAHL in our studio?
Thank you so much for having me. It's so nice to be in person finally.
Our first time in person, which is so crazy.
It's crazy.
I first interviewed you on Zoom in 2020. Then 2021.
Way back.
In 2020, this is crazy. But I have to tell you, I am your biggest fan. My producers can attest to it. We found out you were coming this week. I was freaking out. I was like, you guys don't understand my love for you.
Thank you. Dude, back at you.
This is amazing. It's just crazy to watch your journey. I feel like so much has happened the last few years. Like, what has life been like for you?
It's been so fun. I feel very fortunate to have been able to tour so much the past couple of years. Kind of all around the world. It's been amazing. But yeah, right now just working on finishing an album, going on a headline tour later this year. Yeah, lots of touring. It's been fun.
I love when you come out with new music. So you dropped Summer So Hot.
Yes.
Which the song is so hot, you're so hot, everything is so hot.
Thanks. Everyone's so hot this summer.
Everyone is so hot. This is a really hot summer.
I'm like, the summer is indeed so very hot.
Okay, so tell me about this season of new music.
Yeah, I mean, it's very fun. I've been feeling very inspired by like the early 2000s, Y2K era. Lots of like Gwen Stefani, Nelly Furtado, Fergie, like Britney. Oh my God. So that's sort of where I've been pulling all the inspo from.
And we just had Nelly in our studio. Nelly Furtado is back.
She's crushing. She's
so
back.
good.
I love her. I'm obsessed with her. But yeah, I'm so excited for all the new music. We have a new song coming out in like a month that I love. Yeah, it's all really exciting.
I've got to ask you about the album artwork for Summer So Hot because it's amazing. You have these giant ice cubes around your neck, but the behind the scenes, it wasn't as glamorous as the final shot ended up looking.
I was just like so annoying and was like, it has to be real ice if we're gonna do this necklace. And then they put this ice necklace on me and I literally thought I was like, it was the most, I sound dramatic in the video. It was so painful. It was worth it. We got the shot.
But you're committed to your art.
I was committed. Looking back, I'm like, I could have done fake eyes. It would have looked the same, but it's fine.
But you've been a songwriter for so long, too, and you've written before. I mean, you're still writing your own music, of course, but you've also written for artists like Dua Lipa, Demi Lovato, Renee Rapp. I mean, tell me a little bit about your process of writing for these other artists and how that kind of came to be and maybe creating your own music, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice to get out of my own head when I get to write for other artists, especially other, like, badass women. Like, I get to just be in the room with them and hear their story and hear what they want to say instead of worrying about, like, would I say this? Does this sound like me? Like, I just get to tell their story, and I feel like, especially from just the women I've gotten to work with, I feel so inspired for like my artist project just by like watching their creative process, you know? How
do you decide what you keep for yourself, what you give away? What does that look like?
My whole thing is like, I'm down for if a dope artist that I love wants a song, they can take it, but if I get like an email that's like, so-and-so wants this song and I'm sad about it, I'm like, oh, okay, so this I need to keep. Like, this song is my baby. That's how I know, but...
Has there been a favorite song or a favorite collab or co-writing session that you've done in the past that you're just super proud of?
I mean, Good in Bed, I think, is like one of my favorites. That's the one we did with Dua Lipa. And that was sort of like my introduction into co-writing for other people. I didn't know I could like do that. And that sort of happened by accident. It was a song that I made for myself and somehow Dua like heard the demo and I was like, yeah, there's no chance Dua Lipa's cutting this song, and then she did, and that sort of like opened the door for me to get to write for other people.
Who's next on the list of like dream artists that you want to work with?
Dream just like collab in life is Doja Cat. I've probably said this in every interview we've done. I'm gonna say it until it happens.
Have you met Doja yet? No.
No, I would die. They say like don't meet your idols. I'm like, there are certain people, but I feel like Doja and I would like kill a song together.
You guys also have very similar creative energy, I think.
Don't gas me up like that. My ego. Do not say that.
You both are like so wild and wacky and do everything, and it's just the best.
Oh my God, the highest of compliments. Thank you. I love her.
It's so funny too because I also love the behind the scenes that you give us on your socials, on TikTok, on Instagram. And I feel like so many of us discovered your music. Drugs was like the huge breakout song, and you just released a funny tidbit on TikTok about the music video behind Drugs.
I did.
What can you tell us about this?
People angry. I mean, I was just saying, like, at the time I was 19 and had newly moved to LA, like, I was going to parties, but I certainly was not, like, raging at these parties. And I made the song as sort of like a metaphor. Like, I just came to the party for the drugs was like, I just came here looking for, like, the real people. I need real friends. Like, that's what drugs meant. But obviously for the music video, I wanted to do a play off of, like, glitter, drugs everywhere. And, yeah, had never done a single drug in my life. So that was my poser era. It's still a great song.
But the best part was you said your director stepped in?
Yeah, they had me, like, cutting lines of glitter, and I was like, yeah, I got this, it's fine. And I was like, and he was like, girl, that is not how you do it. Like, we gotta do a quick little drug lesson. So, yeah, thank you.
A quick drug lesson. How important is, like, your, like, TikTok presence, your social presence? Because, again, you had these moments that went so viral. Like, do you feel a lot of pressure with that to create and to post and to have this online persona?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just so grateful to be in music during a time where we get this, like, direct access to fans and to people all over the world all day long. So for me, it's honestly fun. Like, it's what got me through COVID. I think it's what got a lot of us through COVID was just getting to have that connection, even if it wasn't in person. So as much as it's, like, of course, as an artist, it stresses you out posting. But for me, I just feel grateful to have that, like, immediate connection with everyone.
Oh my God, it's so interesting to think that time it was all of you, like, the big music was released during the COVID years. So you weren't doing a lot of, like, the typical press and interviews, right?
No, that was my press, was, like, being on TikTok Live and being like, hey, guys. And, like, I think it got us all through it, for sure.
What's the biggest difference now of, like, I mean, I'm sure, like, being back on tour, but doing more things in person, like, do you feel like your artistry has shifted or, like, the way that you've approached how you talk about your music or talk about yourself?
I mean, definitely. I just feel like, I mean, obviously all of us are such different people, whatever, 4 years later, 3 years later, post-2020. But, yeah, I think for me, just getting to be in the room with other human beings and, like, getting to, especially when it comes to, like, the writing process, getting to, do, like, a writing camp with all your friends and, like, get a little studio lockout and just focus in on, like, a project. That's been the process for this album. And I feel like you can feel the energy of, like, how much fun it's been. It feels like you're, like, in the studio with us when you're listening to it. Okay, so this new album, what can you tell us? Is it going to be, like, classic UPSAHL songs that we know and love? Are we going a different direction? It's both. I mean, I feel like the project I put out last year, which was called the Phoenix Tapes, was very experimental, and I was just kind of, like, dabbling in all the genres. This has very much of a clear direction, like I was saying, that kind of, like, early 2000s thing, but I think regardless of whatever genre, vibe, or aesthetic I do, I think because I grew up in, like, the punk scene of Phoenix, I think that always sort of, like, creeps its way in. Oh. So you still got the sprinkles of punk UPSAHL, but I think, this is my pop girly era. I'm so excited for it. Oh my God, the pop girlies this summer. Love to see it. They're going off. I had to join. I love that. Okay, and then you're about to hit the stage. You're actually, I feel like you're always playing a show, but you're about to go on tour. I am. Your Melt Me Down tour kicks off in September. Yes. What's the best part of touring for you? It's my favorite part of my job, like 100%. Just the magic of, even if it's, like, a tiny club or if it is, like, opening for someone in an arena, just, like, the energy of being in the venue, whether you're performing on stage or if you're, like, in the crowd, it's just so unmatched. Like, I'm obsessed with it. It's so addicting. I could do it every single day if they would let me. Wow. I'm so excited, though, for the headline run. It's going to be fun. Yeah. What city are you most looking forward to playing? Oh, my God. I mean, I love playing Phoenix because that's my hometown. That's always really fun. My whole family pulls up. It's like a blast. Yeah. It's amazing. Wait. What does your family think of all this, too, by the way? They love it. I mean, my dad was in, like, punk bands growing up, so he, I think, is very much, like, living through it, and, like, he's so great to call for advice. If I'm, like, on tour and, like, exhausted, I'm like, give me advice about when you were touring back in the day. Like, he's very involved. But, yeah, they've been so supportive. I feel so grateful. Who's the first person that when you've written a song or you're finished with a song, who's the first person you send it to? Definitely my dad, honestly. He hears a lot of it. Okay. Yeah. And then I send it to a bunch of my friends who, like, aren't in music because I feel like they always have a unique, like, perspective on it. Yeah. Then I send it to my sister, and she's my harshest critic. She's like, girl, this ain't it. Try again. I love it. It's amazing. I also love that you send it to your dad, too, because it's the most explicit song
'cause
I
I've heard
know.
it.
He's like, maybe don't. There was one called Wet White T-shirt. He's like, girl, like I don't need to hear this one.
Like, send this
but
one
it's
to your
good."
sister.
Yeah, send this to your sister. It's fine.
I love it. Well, we cannot wait for this new era of music.
too.
I know I'm so excited. I know my producers all know how excited I am because somebody
Yeah.
blasting at my desk.
Thank
We love you, UPSAHL. Thank you for being here. Congratulations on everything. Can we give it up one more time for UPSAHL in our studio?
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out a few more over here, and don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. We'll see you next time.